Hey guys, some major changes occurring in the real estate industry. If you've been following the Sitzer-Moeller lawsuit, you might be aware that recently Anywhere Real Estate, which is the Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby's ERA group of brands, and Remax have both recently settled this lawsuit. Now, there's several other companies and the National Association of REALTORS who are still a part of this overall lawsuit that have not yet settled. But these two major players have Anywhere for 85 million, Remax for over 55 million. But the key thing is what they've done inside the settlement agreement itself. Not so much about the money, but in terms of their business practices going forward. And what they've agreed to is to give sellers the option of not paying buyer agent commissions, BAC, when a listing is taken. So when it goes in MLS, they're saying this could be zero. Now imagine that when you go out to show homes, suddenly in your marketplace, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 5 out of 10 sellers are opting not to pay a buyer agent commission. And what that would look like in the market landscape and how you would adapt to that. Because what it's going to force us to do on the buyer side of the transaction is to start to collect fees from buyers. That's something we've been doing typically nationwide. There are some agents that have done it. I actually taught the ABR class for years, and that was something we encouraged agents to do buyer agent representation agreements, but it just hasn't been the norm. So going forward into the market in the future, and when I say the future, I mean the next few weeks, the next few months, the next couple of years, we're going to have a fundamental transitional shift in the market where we're going to have to start treating buyers more like we've been treating sellers. We treat sellers in a whole different way than we treat buyers. When we go to a seller's house, what do? We do a seller presentation. We talk about the value of our services. And we have sellers sign a bunch of documents which say, hey, listen, if I sell the house, I'm going to be paid. Now imagine that we start to apply that same standard, which we probably will be forced to, with buyers, where we sit down with a buyer and we say, hey, can I just take a few minutes and show you how I work? And we walk through the process of what our representation looks like and the value of our representation. And at the end, they sign a document which says that if we help them successfully purchase a home, we are paid a fee. Now that fee could be offset if the seller pays us by the commission they're paying us, but in some cases or many cases in the future, they may be writing the full check. So the market's changing. What can you do to prepare? I'm going to give you 3 key things you can do right now to prepare for what is probably going to be happening very soon in markets across the country. Number 1, you need a buyer presentation. If you don't have a buyer presentation, you need to build one today and focus that presentation on all the value you deliver to a buyer. The second thing you need to do is you need to learn how to use the buyer representation agreement forms in your local community. The state forms that have been built for you that you just need to plug into. And third, if you're feeling like maybe you don't have the skill set for this, you need to learn the scripting that goes along with presenting a buyer presentation and the buyer forms. And that might be role playing with somebody in your office, your broker, and really getting familiar with how you're going to actually talk through these documents and this presentation, just like we do with the seller. So the 3 steps: build a presentation, learn your buyer representation forms, and role play, so you get comfortable and confident in having these conversations with buyers. Guys, if you want to jump into some coaching that can help you through this enormous transitional process in the market, I'd love to have you join us over at eRealEstateCoach.com. We've got an incredible coaching program over there called the Path Performance Coaching, designed for agents just like you that want to grow your business and they want to keep up with market trends. We give you the first month for only $1. And what that gives you is full access to our entire program. Our program gives everybody 20 weeks of intensive coaching for lead generation, 3 live coaching sessions every single week, marketing assets, and an incredible group of checklists and forms and systems that you can plug into, literally hundreds of downloads you can use in your local market. Hope you check it out. Have a great day. Good selling.